Hello and welcome to HyzerMedia's coverage of the Yutter. This is version 28 in 2021. We're going to be taking a look at the feature card Front 9 at Tyler State Park East. This tournament is run by Bucks County Disc Golf Alliance. I'm Dave Oster here with Rick Hansen. Rick, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right, Dave. Thanks for having me. On the card today, we have past champion Andrew Fish, always a delight to watch. We got Josh Connell, should make for an interesting card mate for us. We have the Delaware Deucer, Mike Moser. And rounding out our card and going to get us going here today, we have Torrin Clapper. Should be a great round of golf at Tyler East.
Absolutely. I'm excited, and let's get right into it. On hole 1, we're starting off with a par 4 at 512 feet. Players want to get as far through this gap as they can, preferably up into this open grass. Not too far into the rough, because that will make your second shot a lot harder. And then second shots are going onto this green with a downhill slope and an OB road behind.
Torrin's going to start us off, and like I said, you just want to get around that corner past that manhole cover. At least a little early, might fight through though. Looked like it took a bad kick based on your camera shot. And we got Fish here. Fish has a great release, very ultimate style with that palm down. Nice turnover. That'll put him in perfect spot. Then we have Mike. I know Mike's known for rollers. I don't think Tyler's a good roller course. How about you, Dave?
No, very few holes will allow for that. So I agree. Definitely going to be tough.
Puts him out in a good spot right there. 2 shots right at the corner. Josh, the lefty, out here now.
Yeah, I think he may have a bit of an advantage of this hole, being able to finish around the corner. Well, it looks like he comes up just a bit short, but he's out. Should have a shot.
Torrin in a little bit of trouble here, but there's a window. Right into the branch. Looked like it fell it clean though. So turnover by Fish. Little short, what's that look like? Circle's edge, right?
Yeah, just about, maybe a couple feet outside.
Just didn't turn over enough on him. It's all right. That should be a makeable putt for Mike. A little pinched off here. All right. That leave him in that bush back over there, or did he get out?
Just a little bit outside of it. I think that him being lefty actually helped with that angle a little bit. A right-hand backhand turnover would have been a little tougher for that.
Nice approach by Torrin. Should be able to tap in his par. Maybe 35, 40 feet here.
Just a bit low.
That's a safe run with that OB, not too far behind him though.
Yeah, that is what makes this green tough. It's a downhill slope more than it appears on cameras. We see Fish just a little bit low as well. These players seem to be just a bit too afraid, like you said, to go a full powered putt towards us out of bounds.
Oh, that ended up okay. And this hole's very deceiving because this is a calm, easy welcome into Tyler here as Mike taps in the birdie there. Tyler's going to start showing his teeth soon.
Yeah, the first hole definitely does not show you exactly what you're going to be expecting if you played this course before. We'll be going into the mouth of the beast pretty soon.
And Josh takes his bogey on that one. We're going to head on over to hole 2, Dave.
As we will, and we're playing from the longest of 3 tees to the C pin. It's a par 3, 224 feet. There's a straight gap, a little bit of a backhand turnover, or a kind of a sneaky right side gap over a log pile that some of these players will be taking. Basically, you just need to get down here clean to try to land in the circle.
And there's an OB off to the left behind those bushes over there, too. I think everybody should be going right up the gut here. Mike making sure the tee pad's good for him.
Yeah, early morning it was a little bit misty, a little dewy still, so.
Oh, turned it over too much.
Just a bit. It's a short hole, but definitely a tight gap. Very specific lines you have to hit.
Yeah, which doesn't put it out of reach for any player. It's just a matter of throwing the right shot, not the far shot.
Right.
Fish turned over. Oh, kicked left. There is trouble over there, like we said.
Yeah, he is in that rough, but we didn't see the OB graphic, so he's not too far out. Should have something to get out.
Again, this hole sets up nice for Josh from the left side.
Yes, it does, and
There
he
you
shows us
go.
how it's done.
Nice shot. 18, 20-footer. All right, let Torrin bounce back after that first hole here. Lighten. Oh, good tree kick there. Okay.
Yeah, push him a little bit closer to the circle. Should have something.
Fish is used to playing in the woods out here. Good scramble game. Nice up.
And you can hear he didn't like it, but he'll certainly like it once he gets up to his lie.
So sometimes those are the best shots, though, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Oh, Mike giving a good run. Oh, has a good comeback there. Come on, Torrin. Good bid, though. Mike taps into par. Well, I guess for Mike, that's a tap in. For you or me, that's a little more than a tap in.
Yeah, that's a bit of a tester for us, but there's a reason these guys are on the feature card.
That's right. Nice birdie by Josh there.
These players are playing right around the average for the field today. This was coming at the 5th hardest hole at .17 under par, and we saw one par out of the group. So
This was the 5th hardest hole, huh?
sorry, 5th easiest.
5th easiest. Okay.
Looking at the list upside down.
All right.
So we will go to hole 3, a little bit longer, par 4, 848 feet. First shot, players are trying to get maybe around here, not quite this far. And then most players won't necessarily line up with the fairway exactly, so they'll be trying to find a way to get up as far as they can on the next shot, probably out of the woods. And then eventually up to the green where it's elevated and a couple log piles in the way. And we'll see how these players can handle it.
Yeah, I didn't realize it, but I guess I should. The early Tyler sets up pretty good for a lefty.
Yeah, I think we'll see that a lot of these holes set up pretty decently for a lefty. And what I've seen from other lefties is even on right-hand predominant holes, a lot of courses set up that way, so they have to be able to throw the turnovers or a forehand as well.
Oh, nice turnover look for Mike here. Did he get it too much?
Not too much.
Just off.
Yeah, he's right on the edge. He should have some kind of look from there.
Well, Dave, last time we were out playing here, I left my Thunderbird on this hole. Still haven't got it back. If anybody's seen my Big Germ Thunderbird, please call me.
Well, we didn't see it while we were out there, but I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
Everything was doing great until I got to the...
We can see Andrew having a little bit of the moisture still left on his disc 2 holes in a row. So the early morning is causing a little bit of issues for him, but I'm sure he's handling it well.
Oh, that looks beautiful. Oh, again early. Okay. Tree kick back into the middle of the fairway. Looked like a fairway driver out of Torrin there. Miss. There you go. That looks great.
Oh yeah, best drive out of the group. That was a great shot.
That should set him up without too hard a right-hand turn for him on shot 2. Fish again. Overturning that, or did that cut roll back?
I think it's just on the edge.
Oh, that looks wonderful.
This big wide turn just makes it so hard for the first, second, and sometimes third shots for lefties or righties. Just trying to get a nice line to follow the turn, but we'll see that a lot of guys are just landing on the edges.
Moser trying to be creative and go through the woods, ignoring the fairway, comes up just a bit short.
He did get a full flight out of that one, though.
He did. That was impressive. Hard drop down off the canopy.
And that was probably good for Torrin because that was not going anywhere near the fairway.
That was a good shot to show the old growth of the trees here at Tyler. Some of these can get pretty massive.
You will see in some of the holes later that there are trees that are as wide as a truck right in the middle of these fairways. And that one not quite that wide, but it's wide enough to get in the way of Torrin's shot.
I will tell you personally, I always hate hitting the small trees. The big trees I can see. It's the little ones that get me.
That's right. The ninja branches, ninja leaves.
Yeah. Just up to, looks to be just outside circle, but we'll have an uphill putt. This looks to be leaking.
And 2 shots in a row, looks like Torrin's trying to turn one over and it just isn't quite getting there.
Moser with some awkward footing.
Thank you.
Oh, nice out. He was deeper in than I thought he was. I thought he got a little closer to the edge.
Yeah, he probably carried 400 or 500 feet in his last 2 throws right through the woods.
Oh, nice up. Sit. There you go. Oh. in the drainage.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
low.
sit
down. It looks like they purposely mound up to the front of that green to let some rollovers come back down.
Yeah, it does seem like that a little bit.
Devious design out here.
And going from the 5th easiest to the hardest hole, this is playing at 0.87 over par as a par 5. So almost closer to a par 6 than it would be a par 5.
Yeah, almost a full stroke over. I mean, that makes sense though too, because if you get off early, you're scrambling down the whole fairway. We saw just Mike go past before. Fish, good scramble par. Josh, a little high, but it falls in. Mike cleans up, and I think Torrin's going to take another bogey here. But it's over. That one's done now.
Yeah, not the start that he probably wanted, but plenty of golf left as we move on to hole 4. It's a par 4, 360 feet. We're playing to the B pin on this hole. You want to get up to the corner, maybe get a little bit around it if you can. You have to watch this big steep hill on the right side. You do not want to go down there. And then the pin placement is on a very, very treacherous green. You really can't be running too many putts outside of maybe 15 feet for some players.
Yeah, I think this is the first hole where the lefty had the disadvantage, because any kick for him, that's going right down.
Yeah, I think early enough it's not too close to the fairway, but as soon as you get past those couple trees, it is a steep slope.
Moser's been turning him over a little too much today. Oh, good kick.
Good kick back, yeah.
Yeah, the thing here, I don't think you want to go too far left either because there's the Obi Road over there.
Yeah, that, and if you get up to the corner, there's not really much of a line to get towards the basket, so you kind of get cut off.
It should
As
be
we
good.
see, Fish put it in a perfect spot.
Just nice and easy. Again, Tyler's not about distance, it's about placement.
And that is down where you don't want to be.
Right where you said to avoid.
Yep, these holes at Tyler have names, and this one is called Soggy Bottom. And that's exactly how you describe the bottom of this hill.
Hold.
Mike, oh, sneaking through those little trees.
And it grabbed too.
Not a common result for that green.
Fish's forehand is just so smooth. Oh! Oh! The basket saved him from way down the hill. Just such a nice, easy flick. Had eyes. Oh, he got robbed. That basket's got to catch that better.
Dead center, that should have stayed in.
Wow.
Incredible throw by Fish. And we see what you're left with when you even just go a few feet off the fairway to the right.
Okay. That's that. He had managed to move it down a little bit. Josh left with. Oh. That's probably the safe play though, but now he's left with the death putt.
Yeah, it looked like he was going for a little bit more of ground play. Got caught up by the roots.
Well, you probably won't get to the bottom.
I think Torrin's talking to the other players to see their experience of how steep the hill is behind the basket, and they're telling him that it is steep.
Oh, he still ran it though. Good for him
ran
staying
it.
aggressive.
Yeah, props to him, but he will now have the experience of how steep that is firsthand.
It looks like he got lucky only going down 10, 15 feet. Oh, sit down. Okay. Big deep breath to settle himself here. Nice putt out of Josh.
A nice par save. That's a distance that I certainly would be laying up at this hole.
I think most of us would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he nice bird by Mike. And Josh's putt isn't a loft. It's not a push. That's an aggressive spin too.
Yeah, if he misses, that's going all the way down to the river.
You don't like to say they've been disappointing a lot, but Fish just looked like that was a disappointing bird.
Yeah. But we will go on to hole 5. It's another par 4 at 422 feet. You have to get through the initial tight gap or over it, and then land somewhere in the open in between, and then set yourself up for finding a line through a lot of these small trees up to the green. And the road OB is on the right, although I have seen players utilize that to their advantage of open space once you get closer to the green.
Yeah, you go too far left off the ground here, it's trouble up there too. Moser turns over. Again, that looked like it was heading out of bounds and the tree saved him.
Yeah, certainly that was a very helpful tree.
I think this is the first time I've seen Fish with the beard. Usually he has that baby face going.
Yeah, it's getting to be fall, a little bit cooler. You can see the players have sweatshirts and pants on. It was a little bit chillier this morning when we first started.
Oh, kick left off that tree. That's that. He's going to have a lot of little trees in his way there. That's not going to be your typical Tyler big trees, but there's going to be a lot more in his way. That stays flexed. That should be nice. Like, took another tree kick there.
Yeah, I think he stayed right in the middle, though. Shouldn't be too difficult.
And this is that nice little elevated tee box that they have here. And I'll tell you, that gap that they're throwing through there isn't as wide as it looks on camera either.
No, certainly not.
Oh, it stayed in.
It did stay in. That was heading the wrong way, but it caught the ground just in time.
Oh, look at that flick. Look at those trees that he was able to go around. Oh, what a nice shot.
Right in circle one. That was a skillful throw right there.
Skip. Nice shot by Josh. Should leave him with 22, 25 footer for Bird. There's that over the road you were talking about.
Yeah. If you're over there, it's definitely an option. You're running the risk of not making it back in, but Mike just did. Oh. Just left.
Clapper having a bit of an accordion round here so far. Nice birdie by Josh.
We have looking like a par, and this should be a tap in for Fish. So par and 3 birdies on. This is playing as the easiest hole on the course. Surprisingly, it doesn't look like an easy hole, but I think the distance and being a par 4, it just gives you so many options to be able to get up there in 2.
Yeah, I don't think any of them taking big discs off the tee here either.
Right. And we'll go into the second easiest hole. Hole 6 is a par 4, even shorter at 400 feet. Players are trying to get past this staircase, which is the B position, landing somewhere around here, as far around the corners they can, to give them potentially an eyesight of the basket. And then it's a putter shot up to the basket.
Yeah, this hole curls around a lot more than you think. Fish goes deep in there. Maybe he'll try and play like Moser and go through the woods and forget the fairway.
It's not advised here at Tyler, but it seems to be working for him.
Oh, that's a good shot. Stayed low. As long as that tree's not in the way, you should have a good look there too. Because if you're going to stay on the inside, you need to push the distance. If you go out wide a little bit, you should open it for you. Okay, tree kick kept them out of trouble. But both of those past two shots are right about the same distance, yet they're going to have very different looks at this basket.
Yeah, that turn just keeps turning. If you're not on the outside, you're throwing a very steep hyzer backhand.
Like going inside as well. It fall through a little bit. Fish standing on the log pile there?
Yes, he is. It worked for him.
Nice up. Good turnover. Oh, nice landing. Good grab.
Super smooth. That was a good angle control. If he has the wrong angle on that, it's going to skip. As Clapper goes right into the dead tree, right next to the basket.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer we have that tree with us. It seems like every time you go back to Tyler, it's getting smaller and smaller.
Especially if people keep hitting discs like that.
I mean, it's been a good guardian tree over the years.
Yeah.
Moser fighting through. Oh,
Continues to play woods golf perfectly.
As if Tyler wasn't challenging enough, Mike.
Yeah. He says, these fairways are too easy. I'm going to play through the woods.
Well, if Fish was the furthest birdie putt from our group, they're making good work of this hole.
They certainly are. These last two players are maybe a little bit obstructed for Mike. but he should have a straddle out putt pretty close, and he makes it.
There we go. Showing a little bit of limberness there, getting up too. My knees will not let me do that. And Torrin taps in. Nice little star frame by our card there on hole 6. They got there all different ways too.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch these 4 players, and we will see how they tackle this hole. Hole 7, par 3, 283 feet. Steep decline on the left, going down to a small stream. Very far down if you make it that way, but if you throw straight and get up towards the green, there's an even steeper hill with an OB line closer than the water that these players are going to have to avoid.
Yeah, there's a little hill in front of the green. I think you want to land there to have your disc start to lose momentum from the hill. But I mean, you're right. The left side, that's almost straight down over there.
You talked about the disc you lost last time you and I played. I also lost a disc on this hole. I went left side and went all the way down and across the creek. But I did find mine the next time I came.
Oh, very nice. We did give it an honest try trying to find it.
We certainly did. I think it must have been up in a tree, because when I came back, it was just laying on the ground 20 feet from the path. We definitely would have seen it if it were there.
Oh, very nice. Josh throws one up into the fairway. No trouble for him. Torrin flips it up a little too much. Oh, God. Did he get a kick, or did that just cut roll?
I think it kicked and came all the way back across the fairway from right side to the left side, which is probably preferable for the angle.
Yeah. How's this one playing on the day?
So hole 7 is playing very close to the middle. 0.23 over par.
Okay.
So few birdies, few bogeys, double bogeys, mostly pars for this hole. I think players are going to mostly play this one safe with all the water around, although this needs to slow down.
No. Oh.
That flag is the OB line, and it is out of bounds.
Oh.
Just
Yeah.
a bit too much height for Torrin.
Yeah, we talked about him staying aggressive. That might have been too aggressive there.
Yeah, there's times to go for it, and there's times to not, and this is definitely one of the times not to.
Yeah.
We can see just how steep this is, plus an elevated basket.
Yeah, he had to be easy 25, 30 feet below the basket there.
Yeah, that's a challenging putt back uphill.
It's amazing how the camera really never captures how steep some of these drops are.
Yeah, it's tough. The only thing we can see is how small he looks at the bottom of that hill.
Well, yeah, Fish coming out of there, and Fish isn't a small guy either.
No.
Right.
So Torrin with the unfortunate double bogey after the out-of-bounds stroke, and pretty much the impossible putt coming back up the hill to make. But we will see how he fares on this next hole. Hole 8, par 4, 505 feet, following the same river. And you want to get something that cuts to about here. If you can get down the hill a little bit, it'll make your life easier. Most players probably won't, but you want to either follow where we're walking, or there's a backdoor route to the other side of the island of trees to an elevated pin.
Yeah, I feel like the backdoor route is just a get out of jail free area. It's not going to be your main route. And you want to stay right here, because again, you go too far left, like that kick might, then you're running a real tight hyzer that you have to control to get to that basket.
Right, and you're thrown back towards the river, so it's a very, very dangerous throw to get back there.
Yeah, and there is a pretty big down log over there that can provide some obstruction up there too. I'm not sure if it's the B or the A pin, but one of the pins is right there by that log too.
Yeah, Tyler's interesting with all the different pins and tees. It sets up for quite a number of different layouts. I think the tournament directors for this tournament got a very good layout. Challenging, but yet fun. Some of them that aren't the longest pins are the better than the C pins, which are the longest pins. So I liked it.
And Mike hit that big down log I was talking about and kicked further in.
Yeah, a lot of these players are on this left side that we were saying that they don't want to be on.
Fish going roller. We got, oh, is Mike going through that tree?
Oh, he sure is.
Wow.
Oh, just
little
a
stall.
Couple bad nicks, but he's down there.
That was so creative. As we see Torrin slip as he throws, but that turnover, I mean, for the slip, it didn't end up too bad. It looks like he has a slight look there. A little long, but Mike taking advantage of the backstop. Oh, no. Well, I did ask the question if he throws any rollers. That was unintentional. We know we didn't mean that one.
I don't think Torrin meant that one either.
No.
That went from the backdoor fairway to the main fairway and not in the right direction.
Looked like that was Fish, right? Just threw it up there. I'm going to take my par and get out of here.
These players are having a lot of trouble with this hole.
I think that's the first forehand we saw Josh today.
I think you're correct. Seems like only when he absolutely needs to, he's throwing forehands.
I mean, that one worked for him. It looks like
yeah, absolutely.
Saved par there. Throwing a little deep with the backstop catches. And with the elevated basket and the hill right behind it, this is a pin that at first glance you might want to take a run at because it'll stop as Torrin taps in his bogey. But just to the right, you got that river down there.
It's a beautiful looking green and tempting, but like you said, it can definitely be dangerous.
Well, and you got all the rocks spread around it too, so when you kick, you're going to go Fish. I don't think I could call that a turbo either. There, no spin, a knuckle putt maybe?
That's a knuckle putt. Regardless, it makes it in there, so.
Yep. Double bogey for Mike here. That one got him, but again, that's what Tyler does. Some of the holes will make you take big numbers.
And moving on to the last hole of the front nine, par 5, 518 feet. And although it's a 500-foot par 5, don't let that fool you. It's very challenging. Trying to get up to this hill, maybe a little bit over in your first throw, around this corner, but then you're going downhill to a creek that's just a few feet away from the green. So definitely a lot of treachery on this hole to be had.
Yeah, the creek down near the basket combined with the downhill, you got to control your distance and you're landing really good. Oh, it must be getting warmer. Josh is taking layers off here as we go.
Yeah, the day definitely started to heat up as the play went on.
Oh, that's a beautiful turnover shot. Leaves him on the upslope there.
Another difficulty with that hill is that it's completely covered in roots. So even if you hit it, there's almost zero chance of skipping up it.
Yeah.
As we see, even Torrin's shot hits it and skips almost straight to his right.
Yeah, this hole, you want to, at least when I played it, I think you want to go further left than you honestly think. Not that. Oh, he made it around. Yeah. Perfect.
And he does get the skip. I think you're right. With that left side, it's a little clearer. You can get up there a little bit more.
Past couple holes, we've been seeing Fish's flick from the left side.
Yeah. It's rolling around right by that log,
Oh.
And it's set. Pretty good. That's up around the corner. You should have a straight look down to the green. He just has to decide if he wants to try to clear the creek or lay up.
And as you were talking about with those roots, Josh had to pretty much go standstill. You can't take a run up in there.
Yeah, that's an ankle breaker for sure.
Torrin trying to turn it over.
Oh, pretty good.
Looks solid. Whoa. Are we getting one?
It's looking like it.
Oh. Is that
Just
fish up
kidding.
there spotting?
Yeah. He said, I'm already up there. I'm going to go spot for you guys. And here's his look at crossing or not. He's calling for it to go left.
It did.
And he's over. He's not clean on the green, but he's over there.
Looked like he was right behind that down tree over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that looked controlled. Nice shot.
Very nice.
Kept it low the whole time. I don't think we've seen Torrin throw a forehand that I can remember.
Definitely not a full distance one. Maybe one or two to get out of something.
Trouble. Oh, no. That was looking solid. And again, that was the little tree.
Yeah. Missed all the big ones, but not the little one.
Fish coming back to the creek here.
This basket is very low to the ground.
Yeah, normal height basket. That's right in center change.
Yeah.
And you can see how low it is with fish bending down there.
And these players are trying to determine if Mike's throw actually crossed or if he has to take it back on the other side of the creek. Because as we'll see, this tree is almost teetering over the water.
Oh, yeah.
What they decided is there was enough mud down below it that it crossed, so they gave him the meter off of the water, which was, I believe, the right call in Mike's favor. So.
Well, and that's what they say. Benefit always goes to the player. So
right, it was very close.
Yeah. Well, that's Josh's shot sitting right there on the stone wall. That was beautiful. Josh tapped in for birdie, and I think that about rounds up our front nine here, Dave. Looking forward to our back nine. Both Josh and Fish came out clean rounds in the front. Fish, nice little mirror image card. Moser only had one hole that gave him trouble, and Torrin's grinding away here.
Yeah, and we'll see how these players fare on the back nine. So we'll get started on hole 10, par 3. 144 feet says the T sign. I'm not sure I trust that, but it is definitely the shortest hole on the course. There's a couple of gaps. You just got to hit it and get onto the green.
Yeah, it feels a little longer than that. But as you said, there's plenty of ways through. There's no advantage here, lefty, righty. Nice drop right by there. It's an interesting basket. What is that structure that it's in? Do you know?
I don't know what it used to be. It's sitting in some kind of foundation. The basket itself, I think, is a charcoal deposit ring that they use in that park.
Oh, okay.
But now it's being purposed as a disc golf basket.
Oh, that's interesting. Hey, if we're not correct in that, leave a comment below. Tell us that we're wrong.
Yes, please do.
Interesting. That was a flick there.
Yeah, this hole is so short. I feel like some of these players could almost jump putt. So whatever throw works for them is what they're gonna do here.
I think Mike's gonna go that turnover on that left side. No, he goes Hyzer on the right, but turnover on the right. So
not the best combo.
Yeah, the hole in the gap didn't match up there for Mike. Oh, good run at it. 25. Maybe circle's edge there coming back.
Yeah, that's the trouble with running any basket, let alone an elevated basket.
Fish is going to give this a run. And again, yep. Well,
He has a strong putt, so when he misses it, it goes. Luckily that log stopped it.
Ooh, good catch by, what's that, a Mach 7 that are here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell he knows it shouldn't have gone in, but it did.
Sheepishly takes his disc out of there. Yeah, he got robbed before, so the basket's owed him one.
Yes.
Oh, again. All right, not too bad. But Mike, just like Fish, hears those dreaded words. You're still out. Good save.
And winds up with the bogey.
Josh takes a nice birdie there.
Yeah, I think the left side for the left hand backhand is a little bit more open than the other two, so he certainly took advantage of that and dialed in the birdie.
Yeah, Fish tried to with the flick. He just put it up a little bit too high.
And we'll move on to hole 11, par 4, 574 feet. I mentioned earlier that there is very large trees, and this is perhaps the biggest tree I've ever seen in my life in this hole. And it's about where these players are aimed to land, not behind it, but about that distance, setting up for their next shot to get somewhere up near the green.
Yeah. This one's long, not too tight, but the trees that line it are the larger trees. If you get a kick, you're going to go for a while. Nice little throw by Josh there. Oh, it's nice by Torrin. Going to miss the big guy.
Yeah, I think he landed just right side. Turned it over just a little bit too much.
That's the shot. Right before the log. Hopefully it's far enough down where the log shouldn't get in the way of his footing though.
Like getting a kick and end up on the right side.
Yeah. I tell you, I watched a tournament with Mike before, and my daughter says Mike has the funnest looking throw. He looks like he's just having fun when he throws.
He's got a little hop in his run up. But it works for him.
It does. He's been at this a long time. I mean, his PDGA number's in the 4 digits.
Wow, I did not know that. That's a long time to be playing disc golf.
Torrin gets into a little trouble. Fish kicked left. Shouldn't be too far. Should be able to scramble there. All right, it holds back there. There you go, nice shot by Mike. I feel like Mike's turnover has been betraying him a little bit so far today.
Yeah, not really coming back when he wants it to, and he was able to utilize a short version over there.
Oh, Fish, another spit out. You were saying before that he goes right at it. That looked like it did bounce off pole. Josh, just a nice casual par going through there.
Getting his par, getting out of the way.
Yeah, opened up a 3-stroke lead now on Fish. Torrin worked for that par.
Yeah, he had a lot of work to do from the edges, but like you said, he got there.
Mike's go ahead and saves that. So that's 3 pars and a bogey for our card here.
And we move on to hole 12, par 3, 338 feet. Pretty hard turn to the left and downhill. If you go too far, there is an OB road on the other side of a dry creek that is not out of bounds. If you go too far left, you'll be hitting that wood pile, but right in the middle is a elevated basket and a very tight green, so we'll see how these players take on this one.
Yeah, this is one you want to push that far side, land past the roots, because if you go early, you have all the roots there and you're not really going to skip. So you want to push deep there. Oh, Josh goes out of bounds.
Yeah, he actually pushed so deep he went over the road.
Oh, wow. Just never hooked up on him?
Yeah, it's a very tough lefty backhand hole. Even though he has a great turnover, I think it just faded out with him.
There you go. And that's the skip you're looking for. Push back there, skip up. I mean, there are no easy putts on this basket, but that's about how you're looking to do it.
Yeah, I think if you hug that wood pile a little bit more, it gives you the cleaner side of the green. As we see Mike almost go out of bounds, but he is in that dry creek area.
He just took an elevated basket and elevated it another 9-10 feet.
Yeah.
We've seen Fish play with that towel all day. Was he reporting any kind of grip issues that you know?
I don't think any issues, but I think it was due to the towel. He was just making sure no issues came into play.
Gotcha. Good run there from Josh. Well, we see Mike from almost the same spot, but got the better kick from the right side. Impressive run by Torrin.
Yeah, but that's the trouble from that side of the green. If you miss, you're going down and have this super high putt again. Fish just nicking that tree. It was a tight line. Just missed it by an inch.
And you can see how far down Torrin is here. Just off left side.
Yeah, the bottom of the basket was above his head. And that's not the first putt like that he's had this round, unfortunately.
Josh for bogey.
Yeah, good putt. With that result off the drive, that's kind of the best you can hope for.
Yeah.
There's really not much of a par save from where he went out.
Fish taps his par in. Torrin's adventure continues here.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, it hasn't slowed him down. He keeps going after it.
And we'll move on to hole 13, excuse me, the par 4, 460 feet. Slightly uphill off the tee, and you want to try to get around here on your drive, which sets up for a fairly short upshot to the B pin for this hole. I believe there is a little bit of damage for the C pin, which is usually in the crook of the tree further down. But we'll be playing this today, and we'll see how the players fare.
I feel like Josh has an advantage on this because that left gap allows him to just throw a straight hyzer shot while you see Mike and Fish trying to throw the little turnover.
Yeah, the roles are reversed because there's a lot of holes that he's had to throw the turnover on, so he finally gets the advantage.
Yeah, he started out, they were all lining up for him, and then Tyler said, okay, that's enough for you.
Yeah. And it looks like he capitalized on the advantage, got pretty good way down the fairway.
Torrin keeping it low, but it looked like it did flip. Fish has such a good flex forehand there. Stay out there. Oh, good tree kick. Circle 2 look for Torrin. Mike's drive pushed down further. I thought he'd be in a little trouble from the tee angle.
Oh yeah, he did have quite a short approach right in the middle.
Just to split those trees.
Ooh, good redirection.
Very nice. Leaves them with a 20-footer for bird. Good run. Circle's edge for fish. Oh, he knew it right away.
Didn't even watch it.
Again. Now, did he take a lot of time in between them, or did he walk right up to it and go at him?
No, he was actually kind of rushing on this hole. Even when his first miss, I noticed that he stepped up pretty quickly. Now, he does have kind of a routine that way to kind of compose himself before he steps to his lie, and then not much time once he does get there. But it was even more exaggerated on this hole, and it seemed to cost him a couple strokes.
Nice birdie there by Mike. Josh with the beautiful drive and approach. Cashes in on the bird. It's amazing how easy some people can make some of these holes look.
Yeah, we'll play it, and I'm not even trying for par off the tee, and these guys are getting birdies like it's no deal.
Yeah, I think really I'm trying to stay in the fairway. Just don't lose a disc at that point.
Yep, and this one is no different. Hole 14, par 4, 398 feet. This is the triple mandatory hole. Got to go to the right side of the first tree with the ribbon on it, land somewhere out in here, and then between these two trees, up past the wood fence onto the green. And if you miss the first mando, there's a drop zone, and there's a second drop zone for a missed second mando. So
if you go too far right after that first mando, you'll get in trouble down there too. So it's a well-designed hole, and it's interesting with the half fence up by the basket and the double mando shoot too.
Yeah, certainly a very particular hole, very unique hole. You're not going to see too many like this.
That's right. Good kick down too.
And that backhand turnover, it's working for him. And like I said earlier, I think Josh's game has had to develop to work that backhand turnover as a lefty, because just so many courses are designed for righties.
See the tree kick here.
Yeah. Torrin actually kicked to the right. I know it confused our camera operator. Me.
Was that a zone out of Andrew there?
I believe that green disc is his zone. He definitely has a green zone like that, and from the distance I would guess so.
I mean, if you have the distance with it, that's the perfect disc here, because you know it's going to hook left.
Yeah, a lot of the par 4s on this course are much shorter than you'll see on other courses, but the uniqueness and the tricky shots that they have make them legitimate par 4s. There's not too many eagles happening, even though I would say the average par 4 is close to 400 feet.
Oh, nice.
As we see both Andrew and Josh go a little early, and Mike misses the mando to the right.
Ooh, he does. And he was upset with himself on that one. He was less than 100 feet from the mando, maybe 100, 120, and just shanked it.
Oh, good run, though. Okay, you see the fence providing them unique putt. Torrin, I think, can go right in the middle. Just over top. There you go. Way to bounce back, Andrew.
Yeah, great putt from an area where he couldn't even walk towards the basket to retrieve his disc. He had to walk backwards, but he putted through it.
Ooh, just scraping in over the cage for the par.
And the rest of these guys are going to tap out Their putts. This hole is the 4th hardest playing today at more than a quarter stroke over par. 4.3 average.
Makes sense. Those Mandos getting in the way.
Yeah.
Dropping.
So these short par 4s still have teeth to them. As we see another one, a little bit longer, 460 feet for hole 15. There's a couple different gaps, skinny gaps, wide gaps, whatever you can do to get out here somewhere to set yourself up to cross these 2 wooden bridges and land on the green. There's also an out-of-bounds creek following the whole entire fairway on the right side. That doesn't really come in play until the end of your first drive, unless you find a tree and kick.
Wow. That disc looked like it had eyes. I was ducking, trying to get it to avoid hitting those trees the whole time.
A little body English from the commentator help. You like it.
You can send me my royalty, Andrew.
Just enough for Josh to make it through the same gap with just a little kiss.
Yeah, but he stayed in that fairway, so he'll be up top.
Yeah, honestly, that probably didn't take off too much distance. It might have prevented him going down towards the creek.
Moser flip up.
That's probably the more traditional gap and throw that people are trying to hit.
Gets the green flag. Yeah, this is a good hole to have a spotter on. Oh, big turnover. Too much? Did he go
See the
down?
spotter running. That did not go out of bounds. It actually kicked across the creek.
Oh,
which
very nice.
Isn't out of bounds. So we'll see what kind of lie he has once we get up to his shot.
I believe that spotter was Shay Stevens, one of the local volunteers here out at the course.
We certainly appreciate the help. And the players do too, I'm sure. Keep the flow to the round going and help find those discs.
Nice approach by Mike. Puts it right under. On the front nine, he was having a little trouble with his turnovers. Let's hope he can get them going because they're usually money for him.
Onto the green from across the creek. That was a nice recovery from Torrin.
Oh, good run by Josh. Nice putt.
Out of position, still gets the birdie. That was a great recovery and putt for Torrin to get the birdie.
Good birdie by Fish. Was that Josh's drive down in that little creek bed before the green?
No, that was his second throw. That would have been an amazing throw, but he still does manage to get the par. So 3 birdies and a par for Josh as we move on to hole 16. There are some open holes in this course. Par 4, now we get the distance because there's less trees in the way. 635 feet. OB, long grass all the way down. You need to land out in the open, preferably a little bit to the left to open up the angle towards this green with a lot of guardian trees behind it. So you want to land short of the basket.
Our guys should be all warmed up. We should see some bombs here. That's great placement by the catch cam. So smooth.
Just enough turn to get more distance, but then right disc choice to get the stability to come back.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna come back. And he's not gonna advance far off the tee either.
Yes, that was an early out of bounds, and unfortunately never came back in. And again, Josh with that turnover. I'm loving his turnover. This round is, of course, what we're seeing, but his game really does seem to be well-rounded as a lefty, playing on righty-dominant courses.
And Torrin turns it over too much.
It almost rolled back in.
Spotter coming up. I'm gonna say, yeah, out of bounds.
And again, he didn't progress because it was out of bounds, almost right out of his hand.
That's over near 17T. I think Torrin's just in his head right now.
So this is throwing 7 for Torrin.
Wow.
And he does finally make it in bounds. That was rough. That was one of those, every time you throw the shot, your next shot is more like you really need to make it, but it's not working, and unfortunately he fell victim to it a couple times.
Yeah.
And here's a roller by Mike.
Oh, that's turned over a little
A
early.
little turned over.
Okay.
Circle 2, not bad.
Just trying to see what fish might have been throwing there. It didn't look like it had the cut rim of the buzz. Floats that in real nice though.
Whatever that was very straight. A little bit left to right fade towards the basket. Good throw.
I think he likes to throw the comet too. That's what it might have been. There you go, Torrin. Get out of here. Forget it. Live to play another hole.
It never gave up. Certainly kept trying.
Oh! Drained by Josh. 45, 50 footer?
Yes, at least. That was 10, 12 steps. Take a look at it again.
That was beautiful. I'm Hyzer the whole way. Catches on the pro side for the lefty.
Absolutely. And again, it would have been a tough putt if he had missed it with all those trees behind the basket. Certainly would have been obstructed.
Those trees you're talking about catch Mike there. Fish taps in the birdie. I think Mike will get out of here with the par. First open hole was an interesting experience for our
Yeah,
club.
it was the second hardest hole as we move to a much easier hole according to the statistics. Hole 17, par 4, 600 feet. Again, it's a placement shot out in the open. You want to get it to the left side of this field to set yourself up to this well-guarded green. Trees all around it, even more than the previous hole.
And you'll notice the white lines on the right. That first one's not our OB marker. That's a cross-country track that you play with here.
Correct. We can see the orange flags further to the right. I know it's been different in years past. This year it is very well defined, both by the TD and on the course itself. So it's pretty wide open. Don't have to worry about it too much. Keeping it in the middle.
This one has the open air space for Josh on the left-hand side too. Again, all you want to do is get out here with a simple hyzer, get in the middle. Mike. I think a little tighter than he really wanted to be, but he should be okay. Torrin, after hole 16, being a little extra cautious with that hyzer. Land safely. He's going to have to flex something to get down near this pin.
Coming in a little high.
Coming in a little hot. The trees stop him.
Oh, I think it was the flagpole.
Oh.
We have an extended flagpole on top of this basket. You can see it over the crest of the hill that I believe he hit.
He deserves a good break.
Yes.
Josh putting it within 12 feet, 15 feet. There you go, Andrew. Mike hanging it out high.
Catching some leaves, but still making it onto the green. A little obstructed by these trees, though.
So Torrin has to be a little closer if Mike's putting first. I thought he went a little further past.
He was close. He's on the back open side of this green, which is actually the preferred side with all these trees. And that's a nice putt by Torrin. But the downslope of this green makes it a little dangerous, because you might wind up in that rough behind it.
Both Torrin and Andrew tap in their birdies. Josh should do the same here. Josh and Fish seem to be running away with the card a little bit here as Mike taps out for par.
Yeah, they certainly picked it up on the back nine of this round. As we are going to move over to our last hole for the first round. It is the third easiest hole today at a 3.6 par 4, 320 feet. You want to hit this very skinny gap. There is one mandatory tree left you got to get around. Not really an issue, just prevents you from cutting off the corner. And then your second throw wants to either make it just to the base of this rock wall or just over it. But it is uphill, so the risk of rolling back down is there.
Yeah, the gap you got to hit off the tee is one of the tighter here. It looked like Andrew went back and changed discs there.
Yes, a last minute change, but it worked out. He caught a tree right at the end of his flight, but I really don't think it took too much distance off.
Josh's turnover again, working perfect for him. Torrin hits a tree there. Mike pulls it a little off right. And I'll tell you about this hole. When you hit the trees, that sound echoes from this hole. It's so rude.
Yeah, we've experienced that ourselves, and it seems to almost be laughing at you.
Oh, that's a nice looking shot if it gets through. Okay.
Yeah, just backside of the green. Should have a putt at it.
Right at the base of the rock wall. It should leave a nice birdie putt. It will be elevated to the elevated basket as well. Mike sticks it backside. As long as that doesn't roll away, that'll be great.
Yeah, I believe that did sit right next to Andrews. This needs to sit as well, and it does. That looked like it was going. It was tumbling in the air.
It was. I do like, though, Torrin's had a challenging round, a couple challenging holes, but he's remained aggressive. He's gone after it through the whole round.
Yeah, he had a good approach to it. You know, it didn't work out on every hole, like you said, but he stuck to it, and it's good attitude towards the whole round. He never got down on himself.
Do anything crazy, just keep doing exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing that long either, so it's a good mental game.
What if he's doing crazy?
Andrew and Josh both tap in for their birds.
And there we have it. First round here at Tyler State Park East. First 18 holes. Josh with a hot round on our card, at least at a 8 down, only 1 bogey in the whole round. Fish right behind him, -6 with only 2 bogeys. Mike had a better front 9 than a back 9, right around even. And we'll take a look at our leaderboard.
Josh and Andrew from our card up front. We got Bradley Good and Justin Coley coming up down there.
Yeah, so that will be our card from tomorrow. A lot of close contenders behind them, within 1 or 2 strokes for the rest of the top 10. But that will do it for our first round here at Tyler State Park East. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please like this video and click subscribe. And be sure to check out the back 18, in the second round of this tournament, coming out tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next hole.